I have been on the hunt for the coolest electric bike on the internet. So I set up a custom email address, heyloganratemybike@gmail.com, and asked you guys to submit your coolest, fastest, most unique e-bike builds. And you guys kind of popped off. From over 300 submissions, we are gonna crown the #1 coolest bike. And that winner is getting a crisp $100 bill. I know this is a 5. I'm just gonna Venmo the winner, if that's okay. I don't have a $100 bill. Starting off so strong, we have a 30 kilowatt, 900 phase amp Suron Light B. This was submitted by Ryan, and by his estimate, this build cost him $23,000. What? Base bike is a Suron Light B, powder-coated gold, and then he has a full EBMX setup. 81 volt, 45 amp hour EBMX battery, XLB60 motor, X9000 V2. This bike is pushing 30 kilowatts with a smaller sprocket. He was topping out above 85 miles an hour. 85 miles an hour on this type of bike is so sketchy, dude. EXT Ferro forks, EXT Arma rear shock, like $3,000 worth of prickly parts, carbon battery lid with gold flake in it, milk racing supermotos. This might be the most money I've ever seen someone spend on a Suron. Here's my one hesitation, and this is purely opinion based, okay? I'm not a gold guy. Okay, I don't love gold, but what I do love is that you've committed to a theme. This thing is crazy. Beautiful work, Ryan. Our next entry is another Suron from Kira. Kira says, "Hey Logan, my name is Kira. I'm a girl, represent." She's sponsored by EBMX, Milk Racing, Nice CNC, and Epic Cycles Stunt Team. Sick. She has a wild purple bike. Industry 9 stem, Deity bars, EBMX X9000, Milk Racing wheels. She says, widest wheels you can fit. I love that. A ton of titanium all throughout the bike. She also has these weird brakes I've never seen before. She said they're China brakes, but she's got Hope V4s on the way. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna be purple. I think bikes like this show that you actually don't need like a powder coated bike for your bike to look awesome. My question for her is, what upgrade are you thinking about doing next? I asked people to tell me what they would do with the $100 if they won. She didn't mention it. She said, by the way, thank you for the dirty Baja Blast addiction. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It is the best drink on the planet. By the way, I am drinking coffee today, but don't worry, I already had a Baja Blast today. So next one has no details, but it's such a cool bike, I needed to include it. This is from Abel. Look at this color, dude. I don't have a build list, but I'm gonna try to figure out what he has, okay? Deity bars and stem, Dorado Manitou forks, Motocuts front number plate vented, that thing looks sweet. Torp TC500, stock motor, some sort of chai battery, gut seat cover, chrome wheels, looks like maybe prickly pegs, and it looks like he's running Ultra B brakes. I asked him for more photos, but he ghosted me, so. Next up is a bike from Owen, and Owen says this bike was inspired by this bike right here. That is so sick. He said, I based my build off of your E-Ride Pro. I think this is a Ridstar, powder coated in burnt root beer, which is the exact same color as my bike. This thing looks clean. It's got Suron bars, a full twist throttle, ODI number plate, a peg conversion, so he doesn't have any pedals on this bike anymore. This thing looks awesome. I've said this before, but you can basically have as much fun on this as you can on one of these bikes. Owen, I am honored that this bike is in some way related to my bike. It looks awesome, and I hope you're having fun riding it around. Okay, wait. When I saw this bike, I literally thought it was my bike for a second. This is submitted by MXP Designs. He said, bike's very similar to yours, even though I built mine 2 months prior to your bronze build. Oh no, then I stole the color from you, I'm so sorry. He said, I also make real carbon parts for E-Rides. That is sick, and this carbon looks awesome. E-Ride Pro SS 2.0, EXT suspension, front and rear, Pro taper bars, Ultra B brakes, gut seat cover, carbon everywhere, because of course. It looks like 17-inch supermotos. Even the EXT stickers are themed brown with the rest of the build. I also love all of the titanium. It's just kind of like a cool thing to have. Look at my bike, look at this. I just have like, you know, regular plain hardware. Sorry about that, I dropped my phone. You see this one nut? I think the blue and brown looks sick. Man, this thing is sweet. This is like if I built this bike with like no budget, I could just buy whatever I want. This thing is really awesome. I hope to see you out at a local ride out. Oh, dang. This next submission, I don't think I can say his Instagram. He actually submitted 2 builds, which is kind of cheating, but I'll let it slide because one of them is a Stark VARG. The first bike is a fully built light B with KTM plastics. It looks like they're custom painted, 1619 setup, EBMX X9000, Socin FW01 motor, custom 38 amp hour battery. Oh, wait a second, they're Velar/Formula brakes. It looks like he used the levers and master cylinders from Formula brakes and is running them to the Velar Sport calipers. That's sick. I should check that out. 1619 milk racing setup. Everyone's running milk racing these days. You don't see Surons that look like this. This is really cool. And the second one, of course, Stark VARG EX. Come on. He said not much is done to it, just Supermoto's handbrake shift lock. But I'm also seeing a huge front rotor on it, pegs to let the bike slide if you drop it. And he said if he wins the $100, he's gonna use it for plastics for the Stark VARG because he smashed them riding hard enduro. I think that's a great use for the money, honestly. Next up is our first Razor build. I love Razor builds. They're so sick. He has ride or die forks, Midwest Mini Mod swing arm, 280mm pit bike shock, an Electro & Co 5000 watt kit, an Electro & Co 76 volt 24 amp hour battery, Shinko tires, Baja Light, ODI plate, new bars, new chain. He also says generic hydro brakes, which it looks like are just like the Zoom brakes you can get from Electro & Co. This bike goes like 50 miles an hour. And he says for the $100, I would most likely use it to get some better brakes for my Razor. He said, I don't really care if I win or not, but I would love for my bike to be in the video. Here you go. This thing looks sweet. It reminds me of a Razor that, what's that guy called on YouTube? Suron? This thing is such a sweet little pit bike. I love it. Next up is a bike that is already one of my favorite bikes on the internet. I know that's a little unfair, but it's not gonna affect the judging. This is an impartial judging body. Only the coolest bike will get the $100. This is an E-Ride Pro SS 2.0 from Caesar Khan. He has custom milk racing wheels, front and rear Velar Sport brakes, AstroWorks shift lock, Warp 9 stem lock, Ride Moda metal cover. Coolest metal covers in the game, not sponsored, I got one too. Pro taper bars, Wave Motorsport pegs, I haven't heard of those, but they look cool. Sea green moss powder coat, that's my favorite part. X9000 V2, 48 tooth sprocket, custom fork decals, custom MotoCuts plate decal. This thing is so clean. I love the chrome on the wheels. Awesome build. I'm excited to see what happens next. Oh, bro, you guys keep submitting multiple bikes. How does everyone have like so many fully built bikes? He didn't send me an Instagram or his name, but this guy has what the hell? What? This guy has 3 Surons, and as he says, they're all sexy. His first one is a purple and gold Suron. It's 72 volt, EBMX X9000 and battery, and then a Socin motor, and that's running 20 kilowatts of power. And by the way, that's his least powerful bike. The next one is a 2025 Ultra B. He's got some cosmetic parts on it, but he got that sweet sand color. That's a sweet looking bike. And his last bike is a powder coated 30 kilowatt light B that's super understated. And it's on stock tires? Bro, what? This has a Torp TC1000, a Torp motor, some crazy battery in it. If this bike rode by, I'd go, oh, it's like, you know, stock Suron. Brother, this thing is wild. I love the commitment. I love the commitment to Surons. All right, this next build is something I have actually never seen before. This is a fully built Razor Pro spec from Maddie, 14 kilowatt Electro & Co powertrain, 76 volt 24 amp hour battery, 80 tooth rear sprocket, belts and shit belt drive kit, which means this thing has no chain noise. I bet this thing is so stealthy. 12-inch supermotos, but also some dirt tires they just put on, Magura MT5 front brake and Shimano XTR rear brake, Electro & Co fork, DNM rear shock, a 12 volt converter with a phone charger. I love that. This thing is properly built. Apparently cost like a little over $5,000 to build, which is a lot of money, but when you compare it to a stock Suron or an E-Ride Pro or something like that, you can build something crazy unique and super cool and really fast. I think we need to have more Razor Pro spec builds because these bikes are super slept on, and when they're all blacked out, I think they look sweet. Next up, Rozzy. You guys probably know Rozzy from his YouTube channel. He flips Surons for a living. And of course, he's got a sweet Suron. His Suron has a 60 max Chai battery, back 4000, full EXT suspension, powder coated white, and then of course he has a fun stem, gut seat cover, Warp 9 chain drive, Shinko 241s, great tires. I love the ignition cover that's anodized blue. It matches that back 4000 perfectly, white and blue. This is a sick bike. Real quick, honorable mention, this is CRF 250. It's got a big bore kit, a Krapovich exhaust, race fuel injection. It's a sweet looking bike. Oh, also he sent in this. brother. Dude, I want a cart like this so bad. Wouldn't it be crazy if, like, I built one of those on the channel? Next up, another Stark VARG EX. Warp 9 forged wheels, Michelin Power 2 CT tires, rear inner fender from a red VARG EX. He has a seat concept comfort seat, kind of needed on these bikes, I can't lie. This thing is not, can you hear that? It's not comfortable. He said I would take the $100 and put it towards a rear tire. This thing is too much fun to light up. I love that. Oh, damn. Danny submitted his custom Fabricated Razor MX650, 76 volt, 20 amp hour, got a far driver controller. He's running tons of power. Look how much work went into this thing. He chopped and re-welded the frame to lengthen the whole thing. He's got 2 batteries in there. Dude, what is going on? So much respect for someone who puts this much work into these bikes. I love that. Kai submitted maybe my favorite Ultra B ever, Suron Ultra B with a Torp TC1000 Bronze Edition. Huh? Flow Supermotos, flow breakaway levers, Baja Design Squadron in yellow. That looks awesome. The bike is powder coated. He's got a Baja S2 just as a wheelie light. Ooh, flex on him. This thing is so clean, dude. Another bonkers E-Ride Pro SS2. You guys are crazy. EBMX XLB60 race motor, EBMX X9000 V3, brand new. Those just came out. Chai batteries, Titan compact, running 36 kilowatts on this bike. FX throttle, EMXQ Technic custom swing arm. I've never even seen this thing before. There are too many modifications to list. Oh, and by the way, EXT front and rear. Guys, these bikes are getting out of hand. I don't know how I'm gonna pick a winner, dude. He says he spent over $20,000 on this build, and parts just keep coming, it never ends. That's how it goes, my friend. Guys, it happened. Someone built the coolest Tutio. This is submitted by 707 Tutio. He's got Pro Taper grips, a Suron throttle, Pro Taper bar pads, new headlight, Sting R front fender, ODI number plate, Motocut stickers, powder coated, gut seat cover, Soleil Supplies rear fender, Soleil Supplies storage bag. He's got street tires on this thing, and he said if he won the $100, he would put it towards a better/faster bike. Listen, I know Tutios aren't crazy fast, but this is the epitome of cool. This is something you built yourself, you made look incredible. I bet this thing is a blast to rip around on. It's not over the top, it's not crazy, it's not the most expensive, it's just tasteful. I love what you've done with the bike. Okay, y'all, they made a big wheel Stark. I think I saw this kit in a C-Boys video or something, but Gary submitted his Stark VARG MX with the massive tires. The graphics and the color scheme are inspired by Honda race bikes. This thing looks awesome. He also submitted his fully built e-bikes, but this is the one that I'm most excited about. This thing is ridiculous. It's funny to think that like a Stark VARG is a dream bike for so many of us, right? And someone has such cool bikes that they do this with the Stark VARG. It is awesome. Imagine cruising around the forest in this thing. Killer, dude. Next up, Reckless Razor submitted his Baja Blast themed Razor. He says this thing has 14 kilowatts. It goes 65 miles an hour. Bro, be careful. It's powder coated a custom Baja Blast color, and the entire build came in under $3,500. That is super impressive. Razor MX650 wheels, swing arm extension, all the cool Razor mods. I had to shout this out because anything Baja Blast themed, you automatically get like closer to winning, you know what I mean? Okay, we got a submission called the OG Baja Blaster. This is from a guy who lives actually local, and at one point he had this bike listed for sale and everyone thought it was my bike. He's got the ETM RTR with the Baja Blast colored plastics. I don't know what the official name for this color is. Electro & Co, would you consider changing it officially to Baja Blast? Let me know. He has the bigger battery on it, he's got the Supermotos, he's got the upgraded chain, the tall handlebars, a lot of the stuff that I have on my bike, but he has the gold fork because I think he originally got this from Ronster Rides. When he was trying to sell this bike, he sent me a bunch of screenshots of people being like, hey, I know this is Logan. And he was like, I'm not Logan, my name is David. And they were like, yeah, right, I know that you're Logan trying to sell your bike. It's a different bike, okay? This thing is so sweet. We gotta get these things out, cruise around together, matching Baja Blast bikes. What could be better than that? Jagger submitted an ultra clean classic Suron Light B build, and it caught me off guard. He also submitted a photo of us. I was out filming a video and I met this guy, super nice kid. At the time, his headset was really messed up and I was like, please fix your headset. I'm happy to report He has fixed his headset. Look at this thing. Beautiful powder coat, Bomber 58s, carbon stuff, gut seat cover, chai battery, back 4000, KO motor. You don't see that a lot. This is like the dream build for so many people. 17-inch supermotos. You have an absolutely sick bike, man. Folks, it has come time for our final contestant. This is a 35 kilowatt Suron EBMX X9000 V2 EBMX XLB 60 core motor, one of the best Suron motors you can buy. Reflosa Hawk 31 Max, exactly the fork I have. Great fork. A bunch of Warp 9 stuff. 1619 Alibaba wheels, 308 bucks plus 100 bucks shipping. Bro, I gotta do that. This is another one of those bikes where it doesn't need to be powder coated because it's so crazy. Look at those brake rotors, dude. 35 kilowatts on a bike that weighs 130 pounds. Dude, 35 kilowatts is terrifying. I also love the mix of expensive and less expensive parts. Everyone who builds bikes, myself included, needs to save money somewhere. We all have those really cool parts that we want to buy. If we can find ways to save money on the other parts, we can build cooler bikes. So I love the Alibaba idea. I gotta check that out. Maybe I should do that for a video. See if we can like build a whole Suron only with Alibaba parts. Before we crown our winner, I want to walk you through the best honorable mentions. There were so many incredible bikes. These were ones that really stood out to me. Caleb sent in the world's smallest bike converted to electric by using an old scooter. Liam has a murdered out Razor prospec on supermotos. This thing looks so cool, dude. Maximilian hit me with the 1969 Puke MC50. Zachary welded up his own foot brake kit for his Razor. Sam built a dang clean E-Ride Pro. What more is there to say? Ryan put supermotos on his Alta Sigma. That looks sweet. Henry put 3,000 watts into the Doodlebug mini bike. Pierce built a 70-pound, 70-mile-an-hour Mototech. That's crazy if that's true. Nick submitted a 2-stroke bicycle that he built. It's not electric, but it's sick. Drax is hitting wheelies on the damn Jetson. MTB Madness sent in a sick downhill rig. And last but definitely not least, Cole sent in the coolest e-box dragster I've ever seen. I love the black bar pad with the yellow light. This thing is murdered out. This is so cool. He said, I know it's not much, but I worked really hard for it. Dude, this is much. This is great. Okay, after much deliberation, we have selected the winner of the crisp $100 bill. My favorite bike that I have seen today, and the winner of the $100 is 707 Tutio. Yay! I hope I'm not the only person who thinks this bike is really cool. I know it's not the most expensive. I know it was built on a budget, but it was built really well. And it's cool. I don't know what cool really means, but that bike is cool. Dawson, congratulations. I'm gonna email you right now so I can send you the $100 via Venmo. There were so many bikes that I couldn't even get to. If you want your bike to be considered for the next rating video, bang my line, email heylogan@ratemybike@gmail.com, and please include nice photos. Your bike might be featured on the channel. Thanks so much for everyone who participated, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next week for a very, very exciting video. Bye.